Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's your boy Doc Holiday, and we are back with another HBCU OverDrive live pregame show. If you haven't done it by now, make sure, like you do it as always, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the show. Today is week 7 of all slated games for today and tomorrow. Um, that we basically will be covered today. So let me get the ticker on right now. Move this out the screen. And let's see what we got going on today. What we got going on today. What we got going on today. Uh it is a good morning. It is a good day. Good morning Saturday to basically be able to watch football. Even though I'm gonna be at work, it is a good morning to get up and watch some good college football. I would probably be dealing with a lot of TCU and Oklahoma State folks today at work, but uh, it's all good. It's all in love. Last time I checked, last week, I had to deal with a lot of Texas and OU fans, and it was some sad OU fans last week after the game. They came in very pissed off because of the fact they did not even score a point. But hey, it's football. It's football. It's football. Uh, Make sure to become a member of the hottest TV HBCU podcast TV show, what you want to call it, on that's on YouTube right now. I'm on all 3 platforms going with this thing. Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. So make sure if you don't catch me on YouTube, you catch me on Facebook, or you can catch Facebook Live, and you can catch me on Twitter Live. So it is all love going on today. So, and there's some good slate of football. If you watch Power Five today, it is, if you watch a Power Five game, Alabama is playing Tennessee. It's the third Saturday in October. So that game is going to be interesting. Both teams coming in undefeated. And I think their game is going to be either in Tuscaloosa or in Knoxville. I had to do a double check on it just to make sure that I ain't gonna say it just to make sure I'm right, just to make sure that it's at one of those places. Um, um, I'm not an Alabama fan. Never had, never will. So I'll ride with Tennessee. I'll ride with the Vols. Come out with a win uh, by a close margin. I put it just like that. Close margin to win. Let me get this all set up right here. I know it's early in the morning, but uh, it's early in the morning. But this is the only way I can get it. Get show done before I go and hit the job, y'all. Before I hit the job. So y'all just bear with your boy. Bear with me, man. Y'all bear with me. So we gonna go in here and we gonna get into all these slated games today. Um, so we're gonna start in that Ohio Valley today. We're gonna start in Ohio Valley. Tennessee State is taking on Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech, um, only win that they have this season is against Texas A&M Commerce, and they only won that by a slim margin, 1 point. That was a 26-25 affair. And that was early in the season. That was early in September. I feel like these boys have regressed. Uh, the thing about it is, pretty much. I mean, Tennessee State pretty much can have the defense. They have the defense to get to stop anything and everything that opposing teams are doing. They have a suffocating defensive line where they can get pressure to the quarterback. Those DBs that's in the back, on the back end of the defense, they do cover well. They can mix in a game plan between zone and man to man. So I'm looking for Tennessee State, and I'm about to write all my predictions down for today. That way I can keep an eye on them. So you still gonna have Draylon Ellis started. Draylon Ellis is gonna start. He's gonna start. So and you also have Devon starting, so they can get themselves back into the rhythm. Get themselves into the rhythm. I have Tennessee State winning this game. I don't know. I have them winning big, but I do have them winning this game today. Tennessee State, 31. I have Tennessee Tech, 7. And the reason why I say that, I say that score right there is because, like I said, Tennessee State can actually beat you down with their defense. What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? Tennessee State can actually beat you down with their defense. My whole thing is you got to make sure that the offense is getting ready to, is going to be firing on all cylinders. So that means that damn offensive coordinator that they have, Theron H, whatever, however you pronounce his last name, he needs to open up the playbook more for this guy, for Ellis. This guy is a playmaker. He is your playmaker. Open up the offense for your playmakers. Okay? Not going to say this again. Open up your offense for your playmakers. So I have Tennessee State coming out with the victory today against Tennessee Tech, 31-7. This is in the OVC, okay? The OVC. So now we're going to go into we are going into, is that the Big South? Going into Big South play. Going into Big South play. Look, Big South play, we got we got Edward Waters versus Tennessee. No, North Carolina A&T, NCAA. Whew. Don't have too much info on Edward Waters. They are coming out of the SIAC with a 1-5 record. They are pretty much bottom. They're pretty much bottom of the SIAC Eastern Division, Southern Division, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot that because they do have them on Northern and the Southern Division. But I want to sleep on these boys right here because they can score the ball. Don't get me wrong, they can score the ball, but I won't sleep on them. But they don't have enough firepower for A&T. From what I'm hearing from a guy Dave Fowler for Jalen Fowler for A&T, it will be the quarterback for today. Let me tell you what you need to do. Mr. Tutton, the dude that's in your backfield, just hand the ball off to him. Just hand the ball off to him. Tutton would probably get over 200 yards on this team, rushing the ball. Just hand the ball off to him. Give him to him about 30 times. Hand it out to him. You don't have to be to play the hero. You don't have to play the victor in this game. Just hand the ball off to him. Tutton's gonna get by at least 3 touchdowns. Have 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. All you got to do is just make sure you don't crash the Ferrari. Don't crash the Ferrari, Fowler. That's all you need to do. Don't crash the Ferrari. And after that rough start, even though it was you basically scheduled, the Aggie Eagle class was beginning of the year. You ran into a buzzsaw in North Carolina, in Central. Uh, you took on that monster with North Dakota State, and then you played Duke really well um, on the third game of the season. So you basically is trying to bounce back. I and especially you got the Big South, so you playing Edward Waters, and I know next week you'll beat Robert Morris. This game is a 12 o'clock kickoff on ESPN Plus today. They are playing in Greensboro. And then I think next week is G-Ho, which is A&T's homecoming against Robert Morris. So if I'm not mistaken, if not, I think. Wait a minute. I think they playing is Campbell for G-Ho. That's at the end of the month. But like I said, this game is a 12 o'clock kickoff on ESPN Plus. Make sure y'all get the ESPN Plus, the ESPN app to subscribe. Like I said, it's $6.99 plus tax. You can watch all the football games that you want to watch. And then also make sure that you have the HBCU Go app on your TV. You can put it on Apple TV, Roku TV, and you can watch You can watch football games on there. The main football game that be on there, I had to kind of check and see who's going to be playing on that for the HBCU Go, and also the HBCU League Pass Plus. You can watch games on there also. So make sure y'all get those right there, and that way you can cover all the games. SWAC, MEAC, SIAC, CIAA, like I said, Tennessee State, North Carolina A&T, Hampton. You can cover all those guys. You can cover those guys right there. Okay. This game is going to be a blowout. So I got Edward Ward. I got North Carolina A&T 56. Edward Waters 7. I'm at least giving him 7 points. I got to give him 7 points. All right. I don't know the over. I don't know the spread of this game. The over and under. This game is pretty much, I don't think they have an over and under on this game right here. So, I got A&T coming out with the victory for today. Also, we'll go to the CAA, which that is Hampton, y'all. Hampton. Hampton is playing Albany, University of Albany. So they are playing in Albany today. Hampton started off real fast early in the year. They started off 3-0. First game, they beat Howard by 3. Then they blew out Tuskegee by 32. And then they had a dogfight with Norfolk State, won that game by 10. Then the last 2 games that they played was against in conference play, which was against Delaware, and Delaware beat them down by 32. And then they played Maine, and they was close in that game. It was a 17-14 at halftime. And basically they held their own in the third quarter. They had the lead and had Maine scored the last 2 touchdowns of the game for Maine to pull the I ain't gonna call it an upset, but just pull off the victory in the last game that they played. So against Albany, we're talking about Albany team, their quarterback Puffenbarger. I'm not trying to butcher their names. All right. I'm not trying to butcher their names. Puffenbarger, he has thrown for 1,300 yards and with 9 touchdowns. So that's one person you have to look at right there. Also with the running back, he's over 500 yards rushing with 7 touchdowns. So that's the 1-2 combination you have to kind of watch out for. And as far as for Hampton, my whole thing is with Hampton, play sound defense. Don't turn the ball over, quarterback. You have 9 interceptions to 8 touchdowns on the season. Do not turn the ball over. Don't be a turnover machine. Get the ball to your receivers. Get the ball to your playmaker, Jadakiss Bonds. He has 456 yards receiving and 6 touchdowns. He is your playmaker. You make sure you get that ball to him. Give it to him. So, and Albany is coming in with a 1-4 record, but with Albany, I'm gonna say with Albany, they did play Baylor. They started out the season with Baylor. That was a blowout. New Hampshire got them by 5 in the second game. Fordham just squeaked in and beat them by 3. That was a high scoring affair, 48-45, in which in that game, Albany was up 24-17 at halftime. After that, you got Tim DeMora just throwing the ball all around the field to his play. I wouldn't even call them playmakers. He just throwing the ball all around the field. They have no, they don't have a defense. They don't have a defense. So you have to be able to, for Albany, it has to be able to stop the pass. For Hampton, you have to make sure that you minimize your turnovers. Minimize turnovers. Start running the ball. Make sure you run the ball and get your playmaker, Jadakiss Bonds, into the game. But I don't have Hampton winning this game. I do have Albany. This is a 2:30 kickoff on. It's just a 2:30 kickoff. It's not being shown on any type of streaming network. But I have Hampton 24, Albany 31. You never know. I might be wrong. Hey, I might be wrong. I might be wrong today, but the only way I'll be wrong is Hampton just go silly with the scoring and limit Albany to being pretty much a running team and not to be able to pass. So also, man, we gonna look. I don't really get into Division II football, but for today, you got a couple of games in Division II. That's exciting right now, man. That is exciting. So, man, look, you got Virginia Union versus Bowie State. Virginia Union versus Bowie State. That's CIAA. The CIAA, VUU, Bowie. All right. And with my from listening to some guys on Wednesday, man, look, Jada Byers is pretty much the best running back in black college football, y'all. He's pretty much black college football. Jada Byers is that guy. He has over let me see, because I looked at it on Wednesday, and my God, leaders rushing. Jada Byers has 1,096 yards on 145 attempts with 13 touchdowns. He averages over 7.5 yards a carry, y'all. This man is going to get at least 2,000 yards before this season's over, before the season's up. His yardage average is 182 yards a game. Where the defense come into play for Bowie State. Bowie State don't give too much of anything to anybody, y'all. They don't give up a lot of points to anybody. They average probably almost 20 points a game to opposing offenses. they hold Russian offense. No, the Russian defense, basically they average 105 yards per for Russian defense. Uh, they don't give up. They don't give up a lot. They don't give up a lot. In total, they average as a total defense 248 yards. So, like I said, they don't give up a lot of with passing. They don't give up a lot with rushing. And with this game right here, man, it's gonna be this game is a dogfight. Um, I don't think Jada Byers will get over 200 or 100 to hit his average, but he will get over 100 yards in this game. Um, he will give over 100 yards in his game. So I don't see um I don't see like I said Virginia's Virginia Union, you know, as far as with their offense, man, look, Virginia Union scores 52 points a game. They score 52 points a game. That's their average. That's their average. They are outscoring the whole conference by at least 150 points, 150 point margin. They don't give up nothing as far as opposing points, too. Uh, they only have opponents score 74 points on them the whole entire season. That's an average of 12 yards. That's an average of 12 points, 12.3 points a game on defense for Virginia Union. This team is the real deal. But this game is in Bowie. It's in Maryland, Bowie State. So that Bulldog Mystique, what's up, Brian? That Bulldog Mystique for Bowie State might come out, they might come out to play. But I got Virginia Union on this game right here. I have Virginia Union on this game. Um, they don't pass the ball too much, but they don't too much pass the ball like that, but they do run the ball heavy. They are a run heavy team. But I have Virginia Union with the win against Bowie State. They're not gonna hit their average as far as 52 points a game on offense, but it's still gonna be a good game as far as them coming out with the victory, y'all. I have Bowie State. I have Virginia Union winning this game. 27. Bowie State 21. Only reason why I say that is because they're gonna try to key in on Jada Byers, but Virginia Union is gonna pretty much play. They're gonna pretty much play outstanding football. They're gonna play. They got to get the ball to the playmakers on the receiving end. That's 11 o'clock kickoff Central Time, 12 o'clock Eastern. I don't see a TV where it's going to be shown at, but I'm gonna pretty much keep an eye out on this game right here because this is one of those big games in the CIAA. Okay. Also, let me see. I'm looking at it on the phone, y'all. CIAA. You have Benedict. Benedict. Benedict at Albany State, y'all. Benedict at Albany State. And that's in the SIAC, y'all. The SIAC. The SIAC. And this is for first place. This will be for first place in the SIAC East Division, where it's pretty much top heavy because of the geographical differences. I'm looking at this, conference, and it's crazy. Like you only got 5 teams on the West, but you got a loaded 8 teams in the East. So I hope they fix that for next year. I hope the commissioner fixes that and put some schools on the West Division, kind of even it out, y'all. Benedict coming in at 6-0. Okay. Benedict is coming in at 6-0. And then you have Albany State with a 5-1 record. Albany State, the only loss that they have, the only loss that Albany State has against is from FAMU. And they played FAMU very hard. This was early in the year, y'all. They played FAMU very hard. They lost that game by 10. It was a 23-13 affair. These guys don't let up anything. Also, I'm going to kind of go through with the stats on them. I hate when they shrink this down. So Albany State they score over 30 points a game. Their defense is stingy. They only have opponents score 67 points total, with 11 points, with 11-point average for a total defense that they give up. They rushing yardage as for opposing defense, they only gave up 800 yards of rushing yards. So their average for rushing against them is 136 yards per game against, when they play on defense. So, and also they average 139 yards. So in total, they average 275 yards on total defense. That's what they give up. All right. As far as the offensive goes, they average 200 yards rushing the ball offensively. They in passing game, passing wise, they have an average of 189 yards per pass for a passing game. So they're close to a 400-yard average for total offense as a team. But Albany State basically has to start off fast against Benedict. They have to start off fast against Benedict. And also, let me let you know this is homecoming for Albany State. So you know who's down there, man. You got the boss Rick Ross down there at Albany State. That's his alma mater right there. Checking out, from what I heard from people I've seen, what I seen, but heard on Facebook that he was on campus. And pretty much participating in the homecoming festivities. So that's a good look right there, man. But Benedict is not to be slept on, y'all. Benedict is not to be slept on. They offensive wise, they average 33.5 points a game. Defensively, they don't give up nothing. Opponents score 50 points total on them. Points per game is 8.3. 8.3. They don't give up nothing. They don't give nothing up. They average 168 yards per game rushing. They also average 187 yards per game passing. Basically, they pretty much, as far as total average for offensive wise, about 350, about 355 yards total on offense. 355 yard per average on offense. As far as the defense goes, oh my God, defense, they don't give up nothing in the pass. They pretty much hold people in check when they come to passing the ball. They hold opponents to 73 yards per passing average, and 138 yards per rushing average, which gives them a 210 yards. They only give up 210 yards per game. This is Benedict. Benedict is not a team to be messing with. And like I said, they have one shutout on their slate when they played Lane. That was a 14-0 game right there. But other than that, nobody has scored more than 14 points on this defense. No team has scored more than 14 points on this defense. So overall, this is going to be a dogfight between these two schools. Going to be a real dogfight between these two. I have Benedict coming out with a victory. 24, Albany State 7. They'll give up the touchdown, but that's all they're going to give up. That is all Benedict going to give up is one touchdown. All right. And then they still have to see I think Benedict still has to play Fort Valley. They already beat Fort Valley. Their schedule is pretty much easy because they play Clark. They play Clark Atlanta. They play Morehouse and they play Allen. So they're pretty much easy. They can win. They win the last Saturday. They win the rest of the games as of today. They're in the driver's seat to get into the Division II playoffs. So I won't sleep on Benedict. I don't sleep on Benedict. Even Fort Valley and Albany State. And I think Albany State still has to play Fort Valley. And that game is at the end of the year. That's a rival game right there. So they still have to see each other at the end of the year. But for today, I have Benedict winning 24-7 against Albany. It's going to be a dogfight, but that Benedict defense is something serious, y'all. Y'all need to watch out for that school. Y'all need to watch out for these Division II teams, man. Excuse me. And these Division II teams are playing some real good football. And I think that is it. I think that's it on the Division II level, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm missing one. I probably am missing Langston. Don't see Langston on here. Langston is an NAIA school, so I don't see him on here. You got Albany 28-21. I got you. So I don't see Langston on here. So we're gonna move from Division II. So now we're gonna move into the MEAC, everybody. MEAC play. For today, look. I'm not gonna fool with y'all about the MEAC, especially with South Carolina State. They playing Virginia Lynchburg. Look, do I want to give a score on this game? I'm gonna just say it like this. This is gonna be a blowout as far as for South Carolina State playing against Virginia Lynchburg. I'm not gonna give no score. I'm really not gonna give a score. I'm just gonna say South Carolina State with the W. That's it. I'm not giving out a score for this game. I'm not. I'm not giving out a score for this game. South Carolina State with the W. They'll probably play both quarterbacks in the game, Tyrese Nix and Corey Fields. But my thing is, Corey Fields needs to become a actual quarterback. He doesn't look like one. This is a game that you want to look like an actual quarterback before you go into MEAC play. What up, Sean? What up? Y'all hear him, man. My boy said get the lights up. You know what I'm saying? Light police in the building right now. But so Look, next game. So like I said, SC State with the victory, with the dub. Next game on the list, Dale State and Norfolk. All right. Thing about Dale State, everybody know we know about Dale State. This is a 1:00 kickoff on ESPN Plus. The earlier game, the game before, is a 12:30 kickoff on ESPN Plus. So y'all kind of watch those games and see what see what's going on with South Carolina State, man. Like I said, Corey Fields need to be a quarterback. Dale State. Look, Dale State, I'm gonna tell you just like this. Dale State, they struggle offensively. That's it. Excuse me, y'all. That is it. They struggle offensively. Defensive wise, they don't give up nothing. They give nothing up. They don't give up anything. So what I'm gonna do is go on here. BA football standards. Let me see where Dale State rank as far as when it comes to like offense, defense. Okay. Total wise, offense. Dale State is 5th in the conference in offensive wise. They average 255 yards of offense, total offense. Dale State averaged 255 yards of total offense. Norfolk is in the middle. They're at number 4 in the conference. They average 284 yards of offense. I don't see this as an offensive game today. I really don't. I don't see this as an offensive game. Now, defensive wise, Dale State is number 1 in the conference. They give up 298 yards of total offense. But you got to realize some of the games that they played early in the year were against let me see. I hate when my phone freezes up like this. First game of the season, they played Delaware. Pretty much Delaware put it on everybody. So that's when most of their offensive that the opponent's offense come about. Also, they lost to Merrimack, and pretty much, like I said, they give up a lot of yards, but they can't generate yards, and they can't generate points because they don't have. They have the defense to hang in with everybody, but they just don't give up. They don't score a lot of points. Norfolk State, on the other hand, started out the season 0-5 before they hit conference play. They did go into Morgan State and beat them on their homecoming. 24-21. That was the last outing that they had. And pretty much basically they most of the points that they got scored on came from 2 FBS schools. St. Francis scored 45 and Sacred Heart puts 31 on them. Offense is see as far as the offense goes. Offensive wise, Norfolk State averages 284, 85 yards of total offense, total defense. They are last in the conference. They give up 440 yards of total defense. But like I said, most of those yardage on the defensive side of the ball came against James Madison and let me see, who else did they play in the beginning? It was James Madison and Marshall. So that's where the bulk of those yards came in at. Also, the St. Francis game and the Sacred Heart game, they got the ball ran down on them also. So with this game, like I said, this is not gonna be an offensive game. This is gonna be a straight grit grind defense. This something that those MEAC guys, they like to play, get into the belly of the beast. So I got Dell State losing this game against Norfolk. Dell State, like I said, it's going to be hard for them to score on Norfolk, but Norfolk is coming around. They have to start off fast. So I got Norfolk State winning this game 20, Dell State 7. I'm giving you 7 because Norfolk State is going to give up. They're going to give up a touchdown. They're going to give up a long drive for the touchdown. And basically, they're going to try to get tired of the defense out. But I feel like Otto Kuhn is going to basically go out there and be an actual quarterback in this game. Okay. Then the last game on the list is Howard and Harvard. This game is playing at Audi Field in DC. So this is not over at Griffin Stadium. Well, not Griffin Stadium, Green Stadium. Howard, they're number 2 in the conference as far as total yards per game, which they average 376 yards per game total. I'm not saying it's a slight on them, but they do know how to move the ball. My problem with Howard is basically with their play calling, mainly with the quarterback. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. If you want to win the game, Quentin Williams has to look like an actual quarterback that can actually go through his progressions, his reads, and not try to chunk the ball down the field and play hero ball. All right. Can't do it like that. They are number 4 in the conference in total defense, which they give up 380 yards of total offense. Total defense. I wish I could see how much, like, as far as scoring wise go. Scoring wise, Howard, as far as total offense, they scored 23 points. They took out 24 points a game. Defensive wise, they give up 26. So they're kind of even. They're even kill team. Dell State scores 21, but they also give up 17. So basically, how you doing, Miss Karen? How you doing? Thank you. Make sure you so they don't give up a lot. They don't give up a lot as far as when it comes to scoring wise, which is good. Like I said, most of the scoring got done with Dell State was between when they played Delaware State. So if you take those 35 points off of the 89 points that total teams had scored on them, you're looking at them only scoring 54 point opponents scoring 54 points a game between them. They only played 5 games, which basically would have dropped their average down to actually 10 points a game. That's a gritty defense right there. That is a gritty defense. Harvard. Let me see. Let's go to this game right here. Harvard is going to play ball control offense. Basically, they're going to try to control the tempo of the game against Howard. They don't want to see their quarterback out there on the field, but they want to see that defense because they want to try to tire the defense out. I got Harvard winning this game, but Howard might pull something out and might get me wrong again. But I do have Harvard win this game. It's not going to be big. It's going to be a close game. I have Harvard coming out 34, Howard 31. I'm giving you 31 points, Howard, because like I said, you do have some playmakers as far as with your offensive play calling. But overall play calling, I question that. I question it. So that's the end of the MEAC, and we're gonna get it to swag play before I roll out to go to work, y'all. Gonna get into that swag play, baby. The swag play. All right, first on my list today is FAMU and Grambling. Hey, guess what, y'all? Grambling got them G's back on their helmet. Somebody said they played good enough last week. They get the G back on their helmet. I'd say they should have kept them out their helmets for this one, man. This is going to be. I'm not gonna say this is going to be a blowout. I'm not gonna say this is going to be a blowout. I'm going to say this is going to be a game that's long overdue for FAMU to actually come out there and play meaningful football. Gotcha. I got you. So got these stats right here, and I'm going to the total. So totals. So FAMU is a middle of the pack team as when it comes to moving the ball. 343 yards a total offense. They give up 374 yards of total defense. The two games that they played, they lost. Most of those yards came against those two teams. From those two teams, Jack State and UNC. So take away those two games right there, then you got FAMU would probably be top 5 in the conference in both total offense. I mean, in total defense. As far as, like I said, as far as scoring the ball, they average 24 points. Scoring the ball on offense, scoring the ball on defense. Scoring the ball on defense, they give up 29. I got a sinus problem, man. Look. I have a sinus problem. I just woke up too, man. Don't jump on me, bro. Don't jump on me. It's the allergies. It's that time of the year, yo, man. It's the time of the year. I did blow my nose. I ain't worried about you, bro. So, yes, sir. Jacktown. We're gonna get to Jackson. Jackson State gonna be the second to last game because the game of the week for me is Alcorn versus Southern, which that's gonna be a good one. So with Grambling don't, as far as defensive wise, Grambling don't give. They score 23. They score 23 points a game on offense, but defensive wise, they are dead last in the conference with 42 being scored upon them. They are dead last in the conference, meaning that Mississippi Valley is not dead last as always in the conference when it comes to total defense, when it comes to scoring defense. So I don't see anything changing right here. Like I said, I'm gonna go with my boy Brian score. I'm gonna go with FAMU 35, Grambling 14. Grambling is due for 14 points, but they're not getting the win against. They're not getting the win against FAMU, and I think that they are playing in the hole. They're playing in the hole in Grambling. Everybody know what it is when they play in the hole at Grambling. It'll be a dogfight. It'll be a dogfight. But I got FAMU coming in with the win. They'll be 5-2. Just think about this. And I'm gonna put this in perspective. FAMU starts out the season 0-2. They played North Carolina close. They got blown out by Jackson State, and they go on a 4-game winning streak. Sound familiar, don't it? Sound familiar, don't it? Sounds familiar, don't it? All right. Third is a 1:00 kickoff. I think this game is either on HBCU Go or HBCU League Pass Plus on the Grambling channel. So kind of go ahead if you got the HBCU League Pass Plus, you can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your tablet, you can watch it on your laptop, and you can watch it on the TV. If you have it on HBCU Go, you can watch it on Apple TV, Roku TV. You can watch it on those platforms right there. And if you do, look, you won't be disappointed with the quality and the quality of the app. Damn good quality, y'all. So don't sleep on them. Next on the list is Valley versus Alabama State. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: Bama State was in their feelings last week. They still in their feelings this week. I don't care about y'all. Who gives a rat's ass about Bama State? All right, get it out your system. You got beat on your homecoming by Jackson State. Come around, turn around, play this team, took balls to the wall, which y'all know Vincent Dancy, a Dancy coach team, ain't gonna let you just take advantage of them as far as the defense goes. But look, Bama State don't really score anything on offense. Bama State don't score nothing on don't let anything go on offense. They was damn near dead last in scoring per game. With a 16 points per 16 game, 15.7, basically 16 points per game. That is your average on total offense. Basically, you scored 94 points total. Total. Bama State, you scored 94 points total. All right. Defensive wise, you jokers don't give up too much of anything. You let people score 22 points on you. Now, like I said, the game that they played early in the season when they played UCLA, they 45 points come off of that. Other than that, 89 points would be scored on this defense right here. 89 points would be scored on this defense right here. And that 22 points per game would be basically like 20 or 19. Valley, on the other hand, when it comes to rushing the ball, when it comes to offense, rushing the ball on offense, they rush for over 130 yards offense, but they're almost to the bottom of the conference when it comes to total yards and rushing. Defensive wise, they give up 152 yards rushing on defense. Like I said, you have to go back to what they do in passing. They are dead last in passing the ball. They only average 110 yards passing a game. They are dead last. Well, on 4 touchdowns. They are dead last in passing the ball. All right. The offensive efficiency, they are dead last in that 91.4 efficiency. They are dead last in defensive points. Defensive average, 328 yards defensively that they give up rushing the ball or passing the ball. Defensive efficiency, they are dead last. 158.3. They are dead last in every statistical category right now in the conference. Okay. So This be a dog fight. This game, this game is in Montgomery at Albany State. I'm gonna go with my boy Brian. I see an upset coming. Mississippi did that. Gonna do a 2-step in at Bama State. And if Alcorn play him, it'll be a trifecta. So I got Valley, man. I got Valley coming out with this win. It's gonna be a low scoring. It's gonna be. I got Valley winning this game 17. I got Bama State scoring 10. Hey, I call it like I see it, y'all. I'm calling like I see it. We got one game on the list. All right, Pine Bluff and Alabama A&M. All right, this game was supposed to be the St. Louis River City Classic in St. Louis. This game got supposed to be coming. This game is on Sunday. Janky promoters make this game get canceled because they don't know what they don't know what to do. These promoters for the classes didn't know what to do. Missing payments. They said they couldn't work with the Explore St. Louis and the people who run the stadium, the dome in St. Louis. Luckily for Pine Bluff, this was supposed to be Pine Bluff's home game. They moved this game back. But the thing about this is, like, those people that bought the tickets to go to that game, that's terrible, man. I'd be like, look, y'all gotta get my money back, and I'm gonna go to the game, and I'm gonna get in for free at Pine Bluff. Man, and you wonder why Coach Prime wants to get out these crazy classic games with these promoters. They don't know what the hell they doing. Either that or the contract negotiations is shoddy, or basically these promoters is pretty much like I said, they janky promoters. All right. But like, get into it, man. I'm gonna get into it. Total defense, y'all. We're gonna get into scoring defense. All right. Pine Bluff, as far as offensive wise, scoring out wise, they are third in the conference in scoring. They average 29 points a game. They average 29 points a game scoring. Part of that output came from those first two games that they played. Those first two games that they played, that's most of their offensive output. Defensive wise, they are third to last in defense as far as scoring. They give up 38 points a game. Remember, two games they got blown out by was against Oklahoma State, where they gave up 63, and against Southern, where they gave up 59. Any other game that they played, every other game that they played, and then I think they lost to Alcorn. They lost to Alcorn. And I'm looking at their schedule. And they lost to Alcorn and lost to Texas Southern. Alcorn, you take that 38 points from Alcorn, and then Texas Southern scored 24 on them. There'll be a whole different team. This will be a whole different team. But you got to get it together. I don't see you getting it together right now, but you have to get it together. That seat is fuego for Doc Gamble. I'm just saying, it's fuego for Doc Gamble, y'all. I got Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M, as far as production wise go, when it comes to offense scoring and total offense and total defense, Alabama A&M is fifth in the conference in total offense, 360 yards. per 360 yard total offense, total defense. They are 8th in the conference in total defense. They give up a lot, 414 yards in total defense. All right, I don't see them giving up a whole bunch. I say this like I say it like this. I'm gonna have Pine Bluff come out with the upset. They got to limit all that stuff to Alabama A&M as far as for the offense on offense. So I got UAPB winning this game 27. Alabama A&M 24. It'll be close. It'll be a close game. So it'll be a close game on this one, and I think Pine Bluff is going to be upset because it's in fact I think they wanted this game in to play in St. Louis, but like I said, janky promoters, man, kind of messed all that up. So now you're gonna go into when all season you're gonna go to the commission like, look, we don't want to play these classics unless we making some money. I believe you, I believe you, Sean. They'll make plays, but they'll turn the ball over. And it depends on who's playing quarterback. Is it a Xavier Langford or is it Quincy Casey? That's the other question you want to see who, as far as A&M, who is playing quarterback for today. Next on the list. We got Jackson State versus Mary's Kids. Bethune-Cookman. 3:00 kickoff, ESPN Plus. Make sure, like I said, make sure you download or subscribe to the ESPN app so you can watch this game, man. I don't know, Sean. I don't know. Are you streaming this game? If you're streaming this game, just check with my boy Sean. We might have the game streaming on his YouTube channel. You never know. But look, we all know this. I got your score, man. I got your score. We all know this right here. Scoring wise, Jackson State leads in all categories. Scoring wise, we scored 43 points a game. You only play 5 games right now. 43 points a game. Defensive wise, we don't give up jack nothing. We give up 9 points a game on defense. Oh yeah, let me get my boy Spence. We got 57-9 JSU. All right. We give up nothing on defense. What up, man? What up, HBCU man talk? We don't give up anything on defense. We score a lot of points. We are 4th in the league in the conference in rushing. So we do run the ball at a pretty good clip. For we average 153 yards, 154 yards a rushing offense. And then as far as rushing defense, man, we don't give up nothing. 72 yards total rushing yards total defense. We give nothing up. All right. Like I said, you got the 3 run heavy schools at the top: the Southern, Alcorn, Prairie View, and you got Jackson State sitting at number 4. You also got Pine Bluff at number 5, and Bethune-Cookman actually can run the ball. They're sitting at number 6 with a 150-yard average for rushing the ball. Passing, look, we slang the rock around the field. We average 358 yards passing offense. So basically we average 500 yards of total offense. We average 500 yards. All right. Offensive efficiency, we lead that 167.5. Defense, pass defense, we only give up 111 for pass defense. You're talking about a team that gives up 111 yards total for pass defense and 3 touchdowns being scored in the air. That's unfathomable. Like, Valley scored like 14 one time, but I gotta go back and check and see, man. I gotta check and see. Defensive efficiency, man, we number one in that too. So everything statistically, Jackson State is number one. Statistically, sacks against. We do allow a lot of. I'm not saying a lot of sacks, but 9 sacks against, and then interceptions. We have 6 interceptions right now. 2 of those we returned for touchdowns. You look at the conference, you look at like Texas Southern, who leads in pass defense. I mean, in basically in interceptions by a team, they have 10 interceptions. 3 of those came against Southern. 2 of those also came against UTSA. So half of their interceptions came between 2 teams. So sacks by, look, we give up too many sacks, y'all. We give up too many sacks. We got to make sure that 2 stays upright. Offensive line got to get down and dirty. Yeah, we have to. Let me see who leads on defense. Who leads the league in sacks? Ronnie Thompson leads the league in sacks, y'all. He has 7 total sacks. Niles Gaddy still has 4.5, but like I said, I don't know. I don't know who's running statistics at the conference office. I don't know what's up with that. So Niles Gaddy has to turn it up. He has to turn it up, especially against this team right there. So he has to be more aggressive. Turn up. It's time to turn up. It's time to turn up, y'all. It's time to turn up. So, like I said, this game is going to be pretty much what I'm looking at, pretty much a blowout. So, my score, like I said, my score for the game is 45-7 Jackson State. I don't see nobody else. I don't see nobody else trying to score at least 7 points or more than 7 points on us. Those 2 games that we played against, 3 games. No, I think we got 20. Grambling scored 24 on Jackson State, and Bama State scored 12. Trying to figure out who scored more than 12 points on us. Like, I don't think anybody scored more than 12 points on us, y'all. Like, seriously. Seriously. I'm about to go through the schedule. Seriously, man. Look. Nobody has scored more than 12 points on us except for Grambling and Alabama State. That's crazy, y'all. This defense is on a whole different level. We're on a whole different wavelength, y'all. So we're going to be 6-0 after today. Then when we go in, we're going to, like I said, I'm covering the game for Campbell. So we're going to get into that for next week. So after tonight's game, post-game show tonight at 8 o'clock. So y'all come back on for the post-game show. So now my game of the week is Southern versus Alcorn. Southern versus Alcorn. This game is being played on the Bluff. I got you, Sean. Yeah, yeah, they did only score 6 because that touchdown was a damn fluke. Yeah, refs gave them 6. They don't know what the hell they was doing. This game is being played on the Bluff, y'all. Alcorn versus Southern. This is the game of the week. Alcorn versus Southern. So we're gonna go into it. I'm on the conference. I'm on my phone and I'm looking on my phone. I'm on the conference where they do, offense, defense, special teams, and everything. I'm looking at the stats from what the conference is showing. Scoring offense, Alcorn State basically scores 25 points a game. All right. I mean, they can score more, but 25 points a game. Southern is number 2 in the conference. They score 41 points. Hey, look, half of that came against a damn high school team, and the other half came against the JV team. So that's where your 41 points come into play. As far as defensive wise, score defense, they give up 21 points a game. For Southern. Alcorn, on the other hand, gives up 26. So Alcorn gives up more than what they can score. And yeah, Sean, Alcorn can rush the ball. It's a done deal. Because that means they take the quarterback, take the pressure off the quarterback, y'all. Total rushing the ball. Look, like I told you, the first three, the top 3 teams are basically run heavy offense. Southern rushes the ball for 245 yards a game. Dang. But Alcorn rushes for 216 yards a game. Yeah, that is blown way out because of the games that they play. Yeah. And then, like I said, you got Prairie at 197. So those, and then total, rush defense. Southern gives up 118 yards rushing the ball against them, and also Alcorn gives up 142 yards of rushing the ball against them. So they Alcorn and Southern are stingy when it comes to rushing defense. They are stingy when it comes to rushing defense, and they are run heavy when it comes to rushing offense. Y'all hear the wife? She said, "Make sure when you tune in, make sure you become a member and subscribe, and make sure y'all do what she say, because she will come in here and be like, we'll go to a commercial break." But Alcorn, when it comes to offense, it's the passing for me. Southern is at number 5 in the conference. They pass the ball for 202 yards. I mean, they have a pretty solid offensive game plan. My only problem is I don't like the fact that your quarterback is your leading rusher. Alcorn, as far as passing offense, they don't pass the ball a lot. They only pass the ball for 159 yards per game, with 3 touchdowns, and they are almost dead last in the conference. Offensive efficiency, Southern is number 2. Alcorn is number 5 in the conference. Defensive wise, Southern is number 3 as far as giving up passing yards. They only give up 182 yards passing. Defensive, and Alcorn, let me see, Alcorn basically is at number 10 in the conference. They give up 229 yards passing. But throw all those stats out the way, throw them out the door. It's all about who's going to run the ball more. Who's going to have the ball in their hands last. That is what it's all about with this game right here. So, like I said, Bashawn McCray for Southern. My mom calling me. I call her back. Bashawn McCray for Southern You have to turn him into a one progression read quarterback. You have to make him. You want to make him beat you with his arm instead of with his legs, because he is athletic with his. When he running the ball. Uh, Aaron Allen, as far as with Alcorn, he can throw the ball. It's you gotta. I don't know. It's something about Alcorn when it comes to passing the ball. When they passing the ball, like something not clicking. But because they have a three-headed running attack with Jarvion Howard, Leatherwood, and Duffy. Like he doesn't, Allen doesn't need to throw the ball a lot. But like I said, this is gonna come down to grimy defense and who can sustain drives and who is the one that's going to be able to pass the ball when need to be. So this game right here, I have Alcorn with the victory. 27, Southern 14. Alcorn 27, Southern 14. Whoever y'all have in this game, that is the game of the week. Yeah, so basically, I mean, it's going to be a dogfight for this game right there. And I do have everybody's score for the Bethune-Jackson State game, and I do have my scores for my games that I picked for today. So basically, when tonight comes, I'll go back through and check see if I came out victorious or if I had to eat crow. But like I said, tonight is the live post game show tonight, 8:00. I think the Alcorn Southern game will still be going on. That game is a 6:00 kickoff on ESPN Plus. So y'all catch that game tonight also. So we'll keep up with that game, and then we'll go back through all the other games from earlier in the day, and then we'll talk about next week as far as with the big showdown between Jackson State and Campbell. And hope y'all have a lot of people coming in on the stream, because I know a lot of people want to talk. We want to talk about noise and stuff like that, but we got to give some good analysis for that game for next week, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I got to get ready to roll up out of here because your boy got to go to work. Like I said, a shout out, like I said, shout outs to Lady Holiday, my wife, in the chat, in the room, making sure everything is going a-okay. Shout out to my guy Brian from Canada, man, good brother, always on here Tuesdays and Fridays. Love the energy that we bring out and stuff like that. Love the topics that we talk about. I'm gonna continue doing that. My boy Sean, I'm gonna be up out of here, man. My boy Sean, so always on there. Hopefully he'll be on there tonight. And after that, man, look, like I said, tonight, post game show, 8:00. Make sure y'all don't miss it. I will pub it on Twitter and I'll pub it on Facebook, so y'all will be able to go. But other than that, man, I am Doc Holliday, and this is the pregame, not the pregame, but HBCU OverDrive pregame show that you've been watching, y'all. Hopefully y'all have a good weekend. Hopefully y'all have a good Saturday. I'm out of this thing. We'll see you tonight at 8:00. All right. Peace.